Hi everybody, I know I haven't done a live video for a long time, or it feels like that, and don't think I'm like completely going mad when I go through a few things. So I just want to like bring up a few items. So glass of water, 16 ounce I think, little jar of honey, so different sizes. 3 boxes of tissues. Yeah, I know, you're thinking, where's she going with this one? A cushion! Look at the size of that. Cushion. This is like, I'm obviously married to an ex-heavy duty vehicle mechanic, so this is like something that you mechanics, if you're watching, you'll know what this is. It's some ratchet thing that takes wheel nuts off, I don't know. And a big piece of styrofoam. Okay, so there's writing on that, so I'll just like not confuse things. So you're thinking, why am I showing you all these pieces of like stuff? Well, I've seen this lots over the years and even recently. The trainers and so-called coaches will say that a pound of fat weighs more than a pound of muscle. Well, it doesn't matter what it is. A pound is a pound. This weighs a pound and this weighs a pound. This ratchet thing, like this weighs a pound, this weighs a pound, this weighs a pound. Like the 3 boxes of tissues weigh a pound. They all weigh a pound. And I've seen trainers like with years of experience and so-called coaches actually saying, oh, a pound of fat weighs more than a pound of muscle. No, the pound of fat, like, oh sorry, whichever way around, no, a pound of muscle weighs more than a pound of fat. The thing is, the pound of muscle takes up less space than the pound of fat. The pound of fat, and I do have my glob of fat, hang on a second. I love taking this with me when I do presentations. This is what a pound of body fat actually correlates to. So this is how much space in your body a pound of body fat takes up. But a pound of steel, pound of honey, pound of water, they're all a pound. It's just that body fat takes up more space than a pound of muscle. So it's quite frustrating when you see professionals even saying that a pound of fat weighs more than a pound of muscle, whichever way around that they want to say it. So everything is still a pound, whether it's a pound of feathers, a pound of honey, pound of water, pound of like steel, pound of like styrofoam, it's still a pound. But you just have to factor in that how much space a pound of body fat takes up in your body takes up way more space than a pound of muscle. So one doesn't weigh more than the other. They basically are still a pound. So it's just, Richard actually put something on his Instagram, I believe it was this morning, and you have to go and check it out at RPE Fitness Inc. on his Instagram, or you'll be able to find it through me as well. So I just want to get that clear. When people come to us to lose weight, they don't necessarily see the scales move that much, because sometimes as you change your body composition, you get more lean muscle tissue and you lose body fat. And that's just another myth as well. You can't turn fat into muscle. You can get rid of body fat and you can build muscle, but you can't turn one into the other. So a pound of fat and a pound of muscle still weigh a pound. It's just the pound of fat takes up more space, and you can't convert fat to muscle. You can get rid of body fat and you can build muscle. So that was like my like little like rant. You're thinking like, she's going crazy, she's got all these like things that she's showing you. But I just wanted to kind of like put it into perspective, because when you think like how much space this like thing takes up, and it weighs a pound and this is a pound, yeah, just like realize that when it comes to health and weight loss, that the number on the scales is not always that important, and body composition is. And the other thing I wanted to talk about today, just briefly, this is not going to go into depth with regard to cholesterol, because there's a lot of confusion out there with cholesterol. People saying that, you know, you've got to eat low cholesterol foods, you've got to avoid certain things. I was listening to somebody not long ago, and they were actually saying that cholesterol was actually the primary reason that our cholesterol goes up is because people are eating meat and dairy. Well, okay, it's a saturated fats, but the cholesterol in our body, only 25% of it comes from our dietary intake. The other 75% of our cholesterol in our body, actually our body makes. So if we're eating too much cholesterol loaded foods, our body will downregulate how much it makes. If we're eating too little, then the body will make more. So the body tightly regulates the blood cholesterol in our bodies. So dietary consumption of saturated fats is important, but you want to factor in that, like, meat and dairy are not bad. Poor quality meat sources and poor quality dairy sources are bad. So if you're going to be eating cholesterol dense foods, basically eat foods that are naturally raised, like or they're organic, they are grass fed, they come from a natural farm. So meat and dairy is not bad, it's how the actual foods are actually produced in the first place. That's the process that's bad. And we're going to get a little visitor. Say hi to Mr. Binkers. He likes to get in on the action. So basically, and when it comes to cholesterol, our cholesterol levels are actually impacted positively and negatively by lifestyle choices and habits. So you go to your doctors and you go and have your blood work done. Your cholesterol levels are for that exact point in time. So as you go through that doctor's door, get your bum out of the video, Mr. Binkers. As you go through the doctor's door, your cholesterol is going to be at that exact moment in time. Stress can elevate your cholesterol levels. So if somebody cuts you up on the way there and you're driving and you're annoyed and your stress levels are elevated, you pull into the parking lot at your doctor's, somebody pinches your space, you're going to be like, ah! That anger, that stress, that anxiety can increase your cholesterol levels. Caffeine can increase your cholesterol levels as well. So you have to be aware that your cholesterol, when you go for any blood work, is just at that exact point in time. Also, people will avoid cholesterol loaded foods when their cholesterol is high, saying, oh, I've got to go low fat. But I'm not actually going to be taking into account people that don't have a gallbladder. I'm just like addressing people that actually still have their gallbladder right now. So your gallbladder is responsible for storing, it's a little sac and it stores bile. So what bile does, and I'm sure most of you listening to me now, you know that bile, when we eat anything fatty, that little store of bile in that gallbladder is there so that as you ingest the dietary fat, it's like a toothpaste tube, it squirts some bile out and it emulsifies the dietary fats that you've just consumed. So you actually use bile to emulsify the dietary fats. But the thing is, to produce bile in the body, you actually need cholesterol. Cholesterol is used to make bile. So you see where I'm going here with this light circle. So if you eat healthy dietary fats, if you eat healthy dietary fats, you will use bile. And then, because you've used bile, you need to replenish the stores. Then your body will use cholesterol to make that bile. So you see where I'm going? Yeah. Reducing dietary fats is not necessarily going to reduce your cholesterol levels, and that's why we see a lot with our clients. And at first, they get a little freaked out, eat eggs, eat bacon, eat healthy dietary fats, and their cholesterol levels go down. And again, I'm talking about people that have still got their gallbladder, so I'm not going to go outside of like this live video with like people that don't. But so we eat dietary fats, our gallbladder squirts some bile out, our bile is depleted, and so cholesterol is used to make bile. So you can see that little circle. So just because you're eating healthy dietary fats does not equate to the fact that your cholesterol levels are going to increase. And when it comes to cholesterol levels, a lot of people are on statins. I'm not going to get into the statin like debate or argument on this video, but when it comes to statins, a lot of the times, like my title on this live video was the third comment was like, you know, why you're missing the point. A lot of people will use statins as a way to reduce cholesterol. I'm not going to go into the medical aspect of this, but our lifestyle and dietary choices are going to give you more bang for your buck. However, statins, and me being a holistic nutrition professional, I'm probably going to shock you here and say that statins are not inherently bad. Statins are often something that I would be supportive of a client using as a crutch. So if your lifestyle choices are total garbage, your food choices are garbage, and you have high cholesterol, use statins as a crutch until you get your dietary habits on track, and then work with your doctor to like gradually reduce the dosage, because a lot of the times like people really don't prioritize how important lifestyle and dietary choices are. Get the diet right first and then consider like working with your medical doctor to reduce your prescription medications. But there's a lot of coaches out there, and I use the word coaches very lightly, and again, anybody that's watching my live video will know where I'm coming from with this, and they will promote supplements and this detox, this like whatever it is, like, oh yeah, this program will actually reduce the LDL in your body, like it'll put you more into balance, like so your HDL and LDL will be in balance. And they'll say, oh yeah, take this supplement because this will help. But the only thing is, when you're taking a single nutrient supplement, you can adversely affect the bioavailability of other nutrients in the body. So going back to that blood work, if your markers come back and your potassium and magnesium levels are not quite on par, say your magnesium level is okay, but your potassium level is out of whack, it's not necessarily that you've got to supplement with potassium. Potassium and magnesium are the yin to the yang of each other, so they actually need each other to be in balance. So taking a single nutrient supplement is not necessarily what you need to do, because it will negatively impact the bioavailability of other nutrients in the body. So it's just something to consider. If you live locally in Winnipeg, you want health food options and quality supplements, go and see our friend Tricia at the Canadian Nutrition Centre on Henderson Highway. If you're into bodybuilding and want, excuse me, want shakes and supplements and aids that will like help you to get competition ready, go to Barry and Martin at Gorilla Jack on Main Street. I'm still working with some of you guys out there, like in the UK and Europe, trying to generate some quality referrals that I can give you guys. But like locally here in Winnipeg, those two guys, Canadian Nutrition Centre and Gorilla Jack in Winnipeg, if they're not in your area, just go out of your way and go and like visit them, tell them that Karen and Richard sent you. So you want quality advice, quality products, and those are the guys to go to. So I hope that I've like just given you a few little things to consider this morning. That yeah, muscle and fat, a pound of muscle and a pound of fat still weigh a pound. It's just one takes up more space in the body than the other. And like I said, like look, this is a pound and this is a pound. So just, you know, and like I said, we've seen trainers and like professionals say that one weighs more than the other. No, it just takes up more space. And cholesterol, again, is a huge topic. A lot of like government stats, like they're kind of like adjusting their theories on, you know, what causes high cholesterol levels. And just before I forget, when it comes to cholesterol, if you do go for your annual medicals, get your blood work results off your doctor, and you can go online and actually type in cholesterol calculator. There's a few of them online, and then that will tell you whether or not your levels are actually at an optimal range, and it'll actually calculate it all for you. So you might see, oh, my LDL looks high and my triglycerides. So basically just go online and do one of those cholesterol calculators, and it might surprise you. So you might have your doctor freaking out, but it might not be necessarily bad. And like I said, with regard to supplements, when it comes to cholesterol, lifestyle choices, quality healthy meats and fats, and yes, dairy. So meat and dairy are not bad for you. Saturated fats are not bad. Just look where the products are coming from. And supplements, like I say, taking a single nutrient supplement, not necessarily the best thing to do if it's going to negatively impact the bioavailability of other nutrients in the body. So if anybody's got any questions, I'm trying to look at my camera, but I keep seeing lots of people who are online, so hi, and I'm hoping that you make comments and you say hi, or you click like or little hearts or little smiley face, so that at least I know that you've been there, because I can see Kathy and Deb and Lee and my brother Chris and Mick, and basically my brother, I'm just going to throw a little plug to him out there. He's done amazing with his health and his diet over the last couple of years. He was interviewed recently by the Diet Doctor, so if you want to go to dietdoctor.com, lots and lots of stuff on ketogenic diets, low carb, cholesterol, lots of resources. And my brother and his wife Heather reversed Heather's type 2 diabetes from following a lower carb diet. So just things to consider. Not necessarily it's going to be for you, but again, there's a lot of health benefits relative to things like ketogenic low carb diet. And again, if you want to talk to me or Richard about anything like that, then do connect with us. And I apologize for, obviously, I kind of looked like a little bit of a bag lady this morning. I did a 30-minute high intensity workout with a girlfriend of mine this morning, and I said that I was going to wait until Richard came home so I could give him sweaty hugs. So, okay, anybody got any questions? Thank you so much for everybody that was listening. I did see a couple of names come up, but if you have any additional questions, reach out to me. Okay, bye.